Welcome to my new workshop. I haven't really mentioned too much about this. I made a few posts on Instagram on my story over the time it was getting built. But yeah, it's about time I show you where I've been for a little while. So for a while there, I was struggling to upload videos because I just wasn't doing that much to the cars, like before Easter. And yeah, I was basically just putting in a bit of work with this. It has taken a bit longer than I initially anticipated, but yeah, that's because I tried to do as much as I could by myself, and then I used mates and whatever to share the jobs around to get it done. So that was sort of when they've got time they could come and do it. So yeah, it has been a bit of a process, but yeah, it's finished. So for starters, I've got to say a huge thanks to AT Steel Constructions. They sorted this shed out for me, and if you're in the market for a shed or anything similar like that, they are the people to go and see. Quality sheds, if you can see here, they use Z purlins and bolts to weld it on brackets here. Everything's box section and bolted plates up in the corners. The roof Z purlins as well. Yeah, they bolt to weld it on plates. So it's pretty straightforward to put together. Me and my brother and a couple of mates stood it up. It sort of pretty much took a day to stand it up, and then there was another day in finishing all the little stuff off. And then I got a mate of a mate to sheet it because I didn't want to do that. And he done an awesome job as well. So yeah, huge thanks to AT Steel Constructions, locally in Traralgon. Yeah, Australian made sheds, Australian made steel, ColourBond sheeting. So they're top quality sheds, and it's something that's worth spending that little bit of extra money rather than just getting like a cheaper shed with tech screws holding it together. Everything's nice and solid and bolted together. I've been wanting my own little shed for a little while. I did consider putting one up, a smaller one up, and then the more I thought about it, the more I just thought, I'll just put the biggest one I can fit in my backyard. It literally takes up most of my backyard. But yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted enough room to make a little hangout spot and then have a bit of a workshop area and a hoist and things like that. Just so I can have my own little space. And this is probably the reason why I haven't started the Skyline project yet, because I didn't want to start it out at mum and dad's in the workshop, because it's the sort of project that will probably sit around for a while. And at least in my own shed, in my own spot, I can just let it sit in a bay and it doesn't really matter. There's no one else needs to come in here to work on their cars. So I have filmed the whole process, well, as much as I can. I did forget a few days to film. So yeah, I'll throw in like a time lapse, build lapse thing, going from the site cut all the way to what it is now. And yeah, we'll get into what I'm going to do in here after all that. Well, it's time to put the shed up. So here we go today. Should have most of the frame up, I think. We've got 3 bays, roller door, and roller door, and then a roller door in the middle of the back, so I can access this back strip between the fence and the shed, just to store stuff that doesn't need to take up room in the shed. Sewer pipe there will go into the toilet. A retainer wall are done. It's coming up pretty good. This whole fence is getting replaced down to the front, and maybe one day I might concrete this out the front of the shed here, but that's for a later date. So I jump in the scissor and make a start. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that little build lap. So we'll get into what my plans are in here. All right, so the shed is a 10 meters deep, 13.5 meters wide with 3 6 walls. So that's plenty enough for a hoist in the middle bay, which is what I'm planning on doing, to put a 2-post hoist in. We did do the slab a little bit thicker in the guts here to make way for the hoist, and that's what this PowerPoint's hanging down as well. So yeah, I wanted a 2-post hoist for a while. The 4-poster that we use is good. It's simple, you just drive the car and lift it up. But anything to do with wheels or suspension or anything driveline related, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. You got to jack the car up on the hoist and block it and whatever. So yeah, I've wanted a 2-poster for a little while, and the first thing I thought when I put this up is a 2-poster in the middle bay. I've got 3 roller doors across the front, 1 for each bay, and then there's a smaller roller door at the back, which allows me to access the back strip. It's 1.5 meters off that fence, just so I can store anything, wheels and I don't know, just crap out the back. If you had waste oil drums or something, I can put all that out the back. It saves me walking around the side of the shed. It is 1.5 off one side, so there is room to walk around. But if you had anything big, you probably wouldn't fit it around the corner. And yeah, it's like 200 mil off the other side fence, so it's pretty much hard up against the other side. So I've got a toilet going out here. We did tapped into the sewer, and there's a pipe on the outside ready for the dunny. So toilet there, and I'll make a bit of a room with a sink next to it outside of the toilet, and then a mezz floor above it. Probably to that top Z purlin, I'll make a mezzanine floor, and that'll probably be the roof of the toilet cubicle as well. I'll make it this whole bay, and then out to halfway along this end bay. So it'll be 4.5 by 2.5, I think it is. I'm gonna put a pot belly in between these 2 roller doors, and probably a TV up on that wall, and then I might line this whole wall. I got a fence that needs to be replaced, and it's got some old hardwood palings on it. So I might line this wall, some hardwood palings with a TV, maybe a little bar there or something like that. Somewhere just you can hang out with a fridge and a TV and whatever, and then yeah, at least you can chuck some seats out or a couch next to the pot belly and watch a bit of TV. And then yeah, up this end I'll put a workbench in with welder and compressor and all the stuff, full workbench there. And then I'll probably have a workbench on wheels, and then yeah, pretty much storage, shelves and the likes of that. And that's pretty much it for now. I did a rough floor plan for the Sparky, so he knew where to put PowerPoints and what to do. So that's a rough plan now, but who knows what's going to happen. The shed floor literally got painted the week before Wild Dog. I'm walking around those shoes on. As you can see, I actually haven't been in here since the floor's been painted, so I just whizzed in here and I thought I'd take my shoes off because it feels nice on my feet. So yeah, that's the new workshop for me. In the house, there's 1 spare room, and one of the spare rooms is just full of crap. It's got all my camping gear and it's full of crap. So it's about time that I've got something out here to put all my stuff in, and then yeah, I've got my own little space that I can hang out. And yeah, I'm right at home. So usually I'm out at mum and dad's. So if I work late there, I miss dinner, or I get home super late. But at least here I can come out at my own leisure and then go back in when I want. So yeah, hopefully when the time comes, once I kit the workshop out a little bit, the Skyline can stay in this end bay, and I can just put a cover over it and it can stay there until I get a bit of spare money and time together, and then I can tackle that. Yeah, I don't want to be sort of dragging the project out. I just want to tackle that project and get it done as quick as possible. I don't think I'll be doing any other shed updates or anything like that, but yeah, it'll just come a time where I'll go to do stuff and it'll just end up being in this shed. So I'm looking forward to just having my own little spot and doing my own little thing. Once again, massive thanks to AT Steel Constructions. They've actually helped me out with wild dog as well, so you'll see that in next week's video, which will be a wild dog video. And a massive thanks to my dad and Jesse for helping me with the side cut and everything else, and then a few of my mates who helped stand the shed up, and Luke for doing the slab, and there's a list of people that have helped out with this. So a massive thanks to everyone who sort of had a bit of a go at helping me get this shed to this point. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little update. This has pretty much consumed a fair bit of my time. Not so much now it's done, but when I was putting it together, and it's also consumed a lot of my money. But yeah, hopefully now that it's done, I can kit it out with a bit of stuff. If the tax man's nice to me, I think that'll be when I get a 2-poster in. Keep an eye out for next week's video. It will be a wild dog video. I've been sitting on this video for a while, all the clips and that, and I just haven't had time to even look at the wild dog footage, even the Easter footage. I haven't even looked at that. So this is sort of going to buy me an extra week, and you get to see the new workshop. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see you next week for a wild dog video.